Welcome, race fans, to the Racing Roundup Show. For 39 years and counting, we are your destination for news and interviews from within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and the world of motorsports. Thank you for joining us for America's longest-running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd live and in person for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how are you? Glad to see you here on a Tuesday evening. It's our final show of 2023. It's September 26th. We have a lot to talk about, a lot of fun things to share with you on our program. Great giveaways after the show. We'll get through a list here shortly of some of the things we're giving away. You can join the racing crowd tonight. We're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. They've got a Brewer shuttle going on tonight. The Brewers should be clinching the division tonight, hoping to clinch the pennant like they did in 82 here in Milwaukee. You can get a ride to every one of those games here at Polly's Pub and Eatery for every home game. They've got concerts up the wazoo as far as when they take schedules and take them around town to the Ray, down to Bradley Center, or wherever else. Okay, not the Bradley Center anymore. Fiserv Forum. You get the idea. They have shuttles going all the time. So Polly's is not only a great place to eat and hang out, but they have shuttles to a lot of great events around Milwaukee, including tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers game. We have a ton of prizes to give away. Our guests tonight include Bobby Gutenecht with Oak Creek Automotive. He's going to be hanging out with us tonight. He's busy closing up shop there. And we also have super late model racer Ryan Farrell joining us. He's here to chat up the Oktoberfest Lacrosse Fairground Speedway events. That's October 5th through 8th. He's also be racing in the following 150 Live for 5 Series finale at Dells Raceway Park. The date on that is October 21st. Greg Koltek is here with Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin. We'll talk to Greg during our NASCAR report here in just a few minutes. Sponsored by Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin. John Wood and driver-owner Keith Slag is here. Keith also brought along a driver, Robbie Rux, with him. Robbie's actually raced the truck a handful of times, maybe closer to half a dozen. We'll get the official number from Robbie. But he's here tonight. He just won a championship at Jefferson. We're talking about the Midwest Truck Series with these guys, and they have about 2 big races yet to come on this season. Bill Holland goes in the groove with us one last time from several Wisconsin short track events as well. We also have Daisha Qualls. She works with Hoosier Racing Tire. We'll talk to Daisha about all the experiences they have going on and how it's cool to be working at Hoosier Tire as they, again, are increasing their involvement, their exposure here on our show, and their involvement here in the Upper Midwest. Looking forward to having Daisha on the program as well. In a little while, I'll give you my take on how the IndyCar Series press announcement went yesterday. I attended it. Roger Penske was there. The governor was there. Lots to follow up on with that. We'll tell you more about that here a little bit after a while in the program. They're coming back to the Milwaukee Mile in 2024. We have some great supporters. We want to support them, so we encourage you to do the same. Special thanks tonight to Central Services Company, long-time involvement with our show for 36, 37, maybe all 40 years almost. I mean, it's great to have the Borer family involved. Central Services Company Incorporated, around since day one. They are landscaping and lawn care removal, the snow removal specialists. They are awesome at what they do. Support their business. They're also looking for some expert people that can join their staff. So Central Services Company, no doubt a great partner of ours on the program. Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, they're giving us giveaways every week, but they're also more involved as a Wisconsin proud company in auto racing, sponsoring several drivers, including Bill Baylog, Dennis Prunty, and they're really a great group of people. I want to thank them for their involvement on the show. Allied Resource Recovery, Phil Rayberg, thank you. D'Angelo's Construction with their road shows, thank you to their great family of business. They've got great concrete work. They're busy, but they can get you in. They're racers too. Polly's Pub and Eatery has been a great partner of ours. We've been here, I think, for 17 years now of our show. Thanks to Paulie and Christine and the whole gang. Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin, a great partner as well. And Making Memories Travel with their Bickles Bon Voyage cruise. It comes up January 7th through 14th. We'll tell you more about that as the show goes on as well. Their information's on our website, racingroundupshow.com. This show is produced by a great group of friends, family, and dedicated racers. Before we get too far along, I do want to say special thanks to Dave Schmalzer, to Matt Rapina, to Greg Lapine, to Sam Trado, Dean Strom, Sherry Prague, Mark Goodman, and Bruce Blodgett. They actually make this show happen. I get to sit here and talk about it. But thank you guys sincerely and gals for all your help and support again this year. Yes, they deserve a round of applause because they do a lot of hard work to make this show look and sound great. Thank you guys. Special thanks to our loyal audience for making our 39th season awesome as well. And we encourage you to one more time join the racing crowd. We'll be right back here to Polly's Pub and Eatery in just a few minutes.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundup.show.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide.
Hey gang, Richie Bickle here. I want you to join us for the largest short track party at sea. Sail the Eastern Caribbean on the Norwegian Encore this coming January 7th to the 14th. Join Scott Hansen and myself and a bunch of other drivers on Bickle's Bon Voyage cruise. Enjoy unlimited craft beer, drinks, gourmet food. You might even get to race against us on the go-kart. We'll have a special question and answer session with the racers on board, and I know it'll be a ton of fun. Escape the January winter weather. We'll see you in the Dominican Republic, Tortola, and the Bahamas, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Sail the Caribbean with us January 7th through the 14th on Bickle's Bon Voyage. Call Mark at Making Memories Travel at 262-527-1341 or visit mymmtravel.com and click on Bickle's Bon Voyage. Link for information.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938. Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
That's the voice of Dean Strom. We'll see Dean shortly here at the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. It's time to tell you this segment is brought to you by the Midwest Truck Series, which is supported by Hoosier Racing Tires and Pathfinder Chassis. The Midwest Truck Series are back in action Saturday, October 7th at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway during Oktoberfest weekend, and Saturday, October 21st in the Gandrid Performance Championship 50 at Dells Raceway Park during the following race events. For more series info, visit MidwestTruckSeries.com. We have some great supporters, as we talked about. We'll recognize them throughout the program. Special thanks to Oak Creek Automotive, American Foundation Specialist, Badger Kart Club, Madison International Speedway, Danny Lynch's Bar in West Dallas, and Boring Bob's Escorted NASCAR Tours. Tonight I had prizes. We got a lot of them to give away. Thanks to Interstate Batteries, we've got this beautiful Kyle Busch diecast that's signed by Kyle from the 2018 season with the Interstate Batteries lightning bolt design on it. Thank you, Greg Koltek, for that. We're giving that away tonight. We told you about that before, but tonight we're giving this away. We also have some great little Maglite flashlights that we're going to give away from Interstate Batteries. We've got the Alan Kowicki 124 scale diecast from Greenfield Gallery Sales on Facebook. We're giving that away tonight. This diecast, one of three, the number 11. That's Bart Sievert's number 11, Central Services Modified Diecast. Don't get to see many of those. But we're giving that away tonight. We got a lot of Anderson maple syrup bottles to give away as well. We also have tickets to all 4 days of Oktoberfest. Race weekend, October 5 through 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Tickets for 2 people, all 4 days after the show tonight. 2 race tire clocks from Mark Goodman. Thank you, Mark, for making those out of scratch. He made the tires and brought the clocks, and we're giving away tonight after the show. We also have lots of diecast racing team hats, a plethora of racing T-shirts, and Bobby Goodneck just rolled in with a couple of hoodies that say Oak Creek Automotive and their race team on them, so thank you for that, guys. We have can koozies, lanyards, racing decals, lots of different things to give away. We've got actually a lot of fun things planned for you after the show, so come on down and win a bunch of prizes with us here at Paulie's Pub and Eatery in West Dallas at 81st and Greenfield. It's time for the final installment of this year's Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR Report. Interstate Batteries are the number 1 replacement battery in North America. Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin has a battery for every need. Interstate is a founding sponsor of Joe Gibbs Racing. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Kevin Harvick's last season is winding down. His replacement next year in the number 4 Cup car will be Josh Berry. And a surprising to some announcement taking Barry's Xfinity Series ride as of today at Junior Motorsports is Sammy Smith, the first-year racer that has spent a bunch of time in the Toyota ladder, racing full-time this year with Joe Gibbs Racing in the Xfinity Series. He's moving over to Junior Motorsports to be Sam Mayer's teammate next year. At Talladega, it'll be shake and bake time this weekend as well. We got a resurrection of the Wonder Bread and Old Spice paint schemes from the Talladega Nights movie. Yeah, Stewart House Racing got that locked down. Wonder Bread on the number 41 of Ryan Preece. Old Spice, just like it was on Tony Stewart's car, on the 14 of Chase Briscoe this weekend at Talladega. The schemes are spot on from the Talladega Nights movie. This past weekend, Texas Motor Speedway hosted the NASCAR Cup Series on Sunday, taking advantage of Bubba Wallace's side drafting with Chase Briscoe on a late restart. William Byron shot to the bottom on both drivers in turn 3 with 6 laps to go and stole the victory, his 6th of the year. That's the best he's ever had in a season. It was also the 300th victory for Hendrick Motorsports in the Cup Series. 6 employees at Hendrick Motorsports have roots tied to Badger Car Club in Dosman, Wisconsin. I know this because my brother John's one of them. John also told me of the 300 victories that Hendrick Motorsports has had in the Cup Series. My brother's been a part of that team since 2001. He has had his hand in 177 of those victories at Hendrick Motorsports. So it was a big deal. They had a lot of fun today, and hopefully they continue to celebrate through onto the Championship 4 at Phoenix here November 5th weekend. It was Byron's 6th win of the year, and again, he had a good run. Ross Chastain came to 2nd. Bubba Wallace faded, then recovered for 3rd. On older tires, Briscoe held on for 10th. Kyle Busch and early race dominator Kyle Larson had their Chevys break free entering turn 1. It was a solo spin by Kyle Busch and a low run gone wrong under Bubba Wallace for the lead for Larson. Both backed to their cars in the wall and were finished for the day. Busch utilized his rearview mirror camera. They have a camera now, not a mirror. They have a camera there. Man, he was amazing. He drove all the way around the track backwards in reverse, all the way to pit road, like over a mile. He did a great job with that on the apron. I'd hire him if you ever wanted the, like James Bond movies, that kind of thing. He'd be the guy. Christopher Bell finished 4th. Ty Gibbs 33rd, and the 2 Interstate Batteries Cup cars entered at Texas. More about Interstate Batteries in just 20 seconds, and then a little more in about a minute and a half. John Hunter Nemechek scored his 7th Xfinity Series victory for Joe Gibbs Racing on Saturday as he took the lead with 7 laps remaining. Justin Allgaier was in the best position with a set of fresh tires late, but subsequent cautions, others' cars came in for tires. He had the lead, but a flurry of late race pit stops and cautions kind of cost him the race. He and Parker Kligerman raced for the lead. He thought Kligerman did him wrong. Kligerman thought the same, and the air got real dirty around him. Kligerman ended up finishing 2nd. Allgaier drifted back, and away to the win went John Hunter Nemechek as he raced past both of them. Franklin Sam Mayer took blame for getting into the wall on the first lap of the race. Parker Retzlaff of Rhinelander was credited with 30th, and Trevor Bain crashed out in the Interstate Battery-sponsored Toyota number 19 in the Xfinity Series race for Joe Gibbs Racing on lap 97. Neenah, Wisconsin resident Ty Majeski in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series returned to the track this weekend at Talladega. It's race 2 of the playoffs for this round, and Majeski's below the cut line. He has a good chance to win the Phoenix race, but only has Talladega and Homestead Miami Speedway to get in contention to race again as run the championship 4 at Phoenix. Chandler Smith will race the number 25 truck for the Brackley War Racing team after Matt Benedetto's release. Brett Moffitt returns to the Truck Series as Zane Smith's teammate this weekend to help out at Talladega. Drafting is everything. Moffitt will be racing his Ford in the Xfinity Series in 2 weeks on the Charlotte Roval. He also have a teammate next year. Long-time involvement. They're pushing out the fact they're going 2 cars. His teammate next year, drum roll please, Haley Deegan. She's going Xfinity Series racing next year with AM Racing in a Ford. I'm off to Salem Speedway for this Saturday night's ARCA Menard Series race live on FS2. The ARCA Series wraps up Saturday, October 7th at Toledo Speedway. I'll be there for that Saturday afternoon affair, and then I'm heading over to Oktoberfest on Sunday to work with the great gang with MidwestTour.tv for the ASA Midwest Tour season finale on Sunday, October 8th. As far as the remainder of the NASCAR season, I think I have this right. Dean and I will be working the NASCAR track public address at Homestead Miami Speedway, which will be a ball. Then that's in October. Then later in the month, Dean will be calling the races at Martinsville Speedway, and that's the race before the championship weekend. And Dean's going to various NASCAR tracks. If your plans are to go to the track or tune in for those famous words of motorsports, you might hear myself or Dean do that kind of stuff. So it's going to be kind of fun through the rest of this year. So we're locked in on the NASCAR stuff here on the show and with what we love to do. This has been a sponsor of our show for a number of years. Their involvement with Joe Gibbs Racing goes over 30 years now. Let's welcome in Greg Koltek of Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin. Greg, thanks for your great involvement with our show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim. Really appreciate it. Like you said, this is our 32nd year of being the founding sponsor.
32nd year.
32nd year.
Wow.
But you guys definitely, I look in 39.
Yeah.
Next year, big year for you and your team.
Norm Miller still had dark hair at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
He owns Interstate. He's got all white hair now.
Exactly.
Kind of like some of us.
Right.
Just say it.
Right. So congratulations once again to you and your entire team on a 39th season. Your commitment to the show and the world of motorsports is just amazing. Interstate Batteries is so proud to be part of it. So very, very proud to be. But yeah, 32nd year of Interstate Batteries being the founding sponsor, which in the world of all sports is really pretty unheard of. It's a transition year for us.
It is.
Yeah, this guy right here, Mr. Kyle Busch, wonderful, wonderful guy. Like you said, can drive frontwards, backwards, sideways, and
upside
anything.
down. Yep.
Commands a lot of money. We were able to expand our partnership with Joe Gibbs Racing, as you kind of mentioned.
Yeah.
We were on 3 primary cars, sponsors in Texas.
Yep.
This is something enormous. It's very well. You're.
That's his home. That's a home track.
That's a home track.
Yeah.
That's a home track, and something that doesn't come cheap. So it's been a great year. In the top 5, I think we have 3 drivers in the top 5.
Yep. But you got a chance to see, as we say, it was dedicated kind of to Kyle, and then we saw it move over to C-Bell. Christopher Bell had the sponsorship.
Bell.
Martin Truex has had the sponsorship on his car.
Denny Hamlin.
Ty Gibbs,
Gibbs.
Right?
Yeah, expanding into the Xfinity Series. So, yeah, it's the exposure has been great. A rebirth, a revitalization of us, kind of similar to you. It's been, 3 seasons or so since you're on this newer format, right?
Yep.
Which is amazing. Every time I come, everything's from these headsets to all these lights and cameras.
More stuff,
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
so
it's been a bunch of fun. What's going on in the world of Interstate Batteries here in Southeast Wisconsin? What's new? What are the things you guys can help us that we may not realize you provide batteries for?
Yeah, so we got batteries for every battery for every need. We've got it. We like to joke. We distribute and sell a lot of things that really nobody ever really wants, but everybody needs. So the world of batteries is continuing to change like everything, but we're there for you. Our best way to find Interstate Batteries is go to interstatebatteries.com, go to that local shop, that local service shop.
Yeah.
Some big box retailers, we're expanding to that. And that's the best way to find Interstate Batteries. Go to interstatebatteries.com, go to your local service shop, and if they don't carry Interstate, such as Oak Creek Automotive, wherever Bobby is, just ask for Interstate, and we'll be happy to hotshot some Interstate Batteries.
Well, I do know the shops that have Interstate Batteries usually have a big old, like a Bobby Labonte Pontiac emblem on there. We do
our best.
You guys do a great job making sure
we do our
know
best to paint it green.
Yeah.
Paint it green with the iconic logo.
And the trucks. Yeah. And sometimes your cars are painted up like that.
Yeah, so business is good. Business is good. Can't complain. We're blessed that way. And again, blessed to be great partners with the Racing Roundup show and your entire team here.
And the gifts you have, thank you again for providing them for us. But in reality, think about gift-giving season. Like, what do I get this guy? What do I get that guy? What does everybody have? Everybody has a cell phone, right?
Everybody
you need to keep that charged.
Yes.
So you guys have portable chargers too, don't you?
Yeah, portable
chargers.
Everything you can think of to keep your devices charged, all the way to the batteries. We've got it. So Interstate Batteries, find us on Amazon. You can find us just about anywhere.
Big trucks, little trucks, even motorhomes that need batteries. You got that too.
Yes, sir.
You took care of us in the past. Thank you again for doing that.
Yes.
What's the rest of your racing season going to be? You going to get to any tracks, or are you going to just be focused here in Wisconsin?
Unfortunately, the balance of the year, we're transitioning from our busy summer season, the marine, RV, motorsports.
Yep.
This is kind of the calm before the storm, and before we all know it, whether we like it or not, we're going to be into the core of our season. So late fall, winter. So most of us just we're staying put, staying focused on the business and whatever Mother Nature is going to present us with. So we'll be watching, listening to you and your team, as you mentioned, but we'll be watching from home.
It'd be great. How about I stand for Greg Koltek for joining us? Greg, thank you again for your support. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Love having your passion and interest in the show. And the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR report rolls on. We're hoping to lock it in for next year, our 40th season. It's kind of a big round number. Looking forward to having you continue if everything goes to plan.
We will be here, and we'll be bigger and better.
Great.
So
thanks a bunch.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jim.
Really appreciate it. Greg Koltek with Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin joining us. We're going to talk to a couple more great guys. They race cars. They also sponsor our show, and one's going racing big time. And a couple of big super late model shows coming up. Ryan Farrell's on the show next, along with Bobby Goodneck with Oak Creek Automotive. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show. Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair. From oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
It's the granddaddy of short track racing in the Midwest, the 54th running of the Oktoberfest Race Weekend, October 5, 6, 7, and 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Don't miss the intense competition as drivers throughout the nation converge at La Crosse Speedway for 4 days of great stock car racing. On Thursday, see 6 divisions compete, including Super Late Models, Sportsman, and double features for the La Crosse Late Models. Friday, 3 divisions will grind it out, including the Super Late Models in the popular Dick Prickle 99, a 99-lap race run in 3 33-lap segments. Then on Saturday, it's 3 divisions, including the ASA Midwest Tour Late Models. And then it's the Big 8 Late Models battling for their season championship. Sunday we'll see the vintage race cars, late models, plus the granddaddy of all Midwest racing events, the Oktoberfest 200. 200 grueling laps of strategy, maneuvers, and hard-charging racing. Witness challengers and champions from across the nation battle side by side. It's the 54th annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend, October 5, 6, 7, and 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Save with a multi-day wristband. Visit OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com for details and advance tickets. Be there.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack-leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much.
American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
The Racing Roundup Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. Once again, here is the trackside voice of the Daytona 500. You see him on MAV TV's coverage of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl, the ASA Stars National Tour, and the 500 Sprint Car Tour. The host of our show, Jim Trado.
Welcome back, everybody, to our final program of 2023. We're live at Paulie's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Come on down and join the racing crowd. We've got a lot of cool things to give away, including some hoodies from Oak Creek Automotive and some number 80 Adams Towing T-shirts from Ryan Farrell's stash. We'll talk to those guys in just a moment. Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a home or commercial property, choose the Rapina Group and Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Choose Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and list it with Matt Rapina and the Rapina Group. Knowledge is power. Hire knowledge. The website to visit is mattrapina.com. mattrapina.com. Hey, this weekend is also a huge opportunity to watch some quality championship races. When it comes to Wisconsin dirt track events, race fans, they save the best for last. This Saturday night is the Wisconsin Sprint Car Championships at the Plymouth Dirt Track. It's the season championship night for the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Series, Autobeater Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, MSA 360s, and IRA Lightning Sprints. All 4 sprint car classes racing for 4 championships. It's all sprint cars featuring the IRA Outlaws this Saturday night at the Plymouth Dirt Track with a Sunday rain date. You need to come feel the thunder of this one. It's now time for the Anderson's Maple Syrup Racing Short Track Spotlight. They're proud sponsors and supporters of Wisconsin racers Bill Bailog and Jason Gross. Try it in your coffee or tea or on your vanilla ice cream or in your oatmeal like I did this morning. Take it with you with Pure Fuel, Maple Energy on the go. Buy Anderson's Maple Syrup at your favorite grocer. Anderson'sMapleSyrup.com. Anderson's pure quality since 1928. This week's Anderson Maple Syrup Racing Spotlight shines on a couple of guys that know each other well. One's a sponsor, one's a racer. They're both racers. Let's welcome to the show Bobby Gutneck from Oak Creek Automotive and Ryan Farrell, guys. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm talking fast. I'm excited to see you guys.
We're excited to see you.
Yeah. Bobby, what you been up to? You've been busy.
Busy.
Tuesdays, you're working later now. We don't see you as much of the show.
I rushed like heck to get down here.
Yeah, I know.
I guess I passed right past on the right side of the highway.
Did you see him or just felt it?
Oh, yeah, no, I could feel the air off the truck. And my daughter was like, hey, that's Bobby G. I was like, that was. There he goes.
There you went. Well, thanks for making the show, guys. But it's been busy. Tuesdays, you're in the shop working.
Yep, usually till 7 o'clock, but I snuck out early and came down.
Did the boss approve of that? Well, you're the boss.
Yeah, yeah, I'll hear about it tomorrow.
But that means things are going well because you're that busy, right?
Yeah, very good. It's been in fact, the credit card company said, well, you had a really good month last year. We just switched companies. He goes, is it going to be like this all the time? I went, well, it's fall. Stole tires and tires, whatever. And I said, yeah, I think it's going to get busier. So they're happy because they're going to make more money. So
yeah, that's a good thing.
I'm
that
happy.
you're that busy, kind of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're still talking emission testing on through to engine replacement kind of stuff, the whole gamut, right?
I got one guy, Luke, that's been with me, 10 years, whatever. He pretty much punches in the morning, and I don't see him till the end of the day because all he's doing is timing chains, head gaskets, engines, and I don't see him. I just give him parts and keep going. But then all the rest of the people are filling in. I did hire another guy. Now he's working out really good.
Good.
So he started about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and everything's been getting more caught up.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm happy.
That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. And you guys work on everything, right?
Pretty much.
What's the biggest thing you'd work on? A bread truck kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right down the road, we got the double Bs.
Yeah.
Or double D, double
Yeah.
Bs.
Yep.
Yeah, Marks.
Yep.
So that's how it all started. Now we got like 8 or 9 food trucks coming there because they seen Mark's truck there. But we just worked on one today, or this week. It was Roll Milwaukee. So he's got 3 of them. He's got Roll Milwaukee, Pigtails, and the truck stop, it's called now. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And we can't thank you enough for the Cellar Pub and Grill in Oak Creek.
Yep.
Your friend Bill and Shirley Nelson, they've been awesome to host our show not once but twice. And we turn those into Oak Creek Automotive Nights. And, man, those are a ball.
They are a good time.
Thanks for doing all your hard work and getting everybody there that you sponsored. Of the ones to remember you sponsored. There's a lot of people like, I think I might have forgot one.
Yeah, and I do. I mean, and then they go, well, you didn't call me. I'm like, I just can't remember them all sometimes.
Yeah.
But I got too much other going on my plate, So I don't know how I did all this and race before. I just don't know how I did it all. But either I got busier or just missed some stuff.
Well, you still get to go to the racetrack.
Oh,
you just haven't driven in a few weeks.
We went to the Dells this weekend to go watch Ryan race on Sunday,
Yeah.
so we made a weekend. We went up there Friday night, got the thing all set up. We were sitting there Saturday morning. They canceled it. Ryan calls up, where are you at? I'm at the Dells. He goes, you're at the wrong racetrack. You got to go to the Grundy. I said, I'm not packing up and going all the way south down there. So we stayed up there and watched all the rest of the races. They had a good show up there. The only thing they got to work on their yellow cautions. They're way too long up there. But they'll figure it out. I'll be able to figure it out.
Let's bring in Ryan Farrell, Mr. I think I'm going to go somewhere else because I want to race today. That was the decision. What time on Saturday did you say, hey, let's do this?
There wasn't really a time. It was like I had an idea, and then I bounced it off a few other people, and then I was waiting for Justin to get to the shop, and he was smiling when he got there because he already knew I was going to ask. I'm like, so you're good with it? And he's like, yep, let's do it. So then we just kind of winged it. We missed first practice, which we probably needed in retrospect because it did not go as smooth as I was hoping. But yeah, we were a little off, but we had a lot of fun. So Greg Kuntz down there has been asking me to come to Grundy for like 3 years, and so I was like, you know what? This is the chance. Finally, the stars aligned. Let's go do it. We wanted to shake the car down real quick before lacrosse, and we shook it down. At one point, I saw a car rolling over next to me. That was very Talladega Nights, I thought.
Wow.
And it was one of the weirdest things I had seen outside. I was like looking at it, and I got to go because everything was coming down the track and throttled up and got out of there. But everybody was all right, so action-packed nonetheless.
So is Steve Seligman in the heat race? Is that right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, wow.
Yes, it was.
I was reading up on that. I'm trying to keep track of that as well.
Right.
Can't get to every race.
That was wild.
Wow.
So,
how has that season been going otherwise?
It's been up and down, a lot of speed, a couple fast times. We were running third at the tour race with about 90 to go at the Dells, and had a driveline issue there pop in, and it was like, man, what could happen next? Because we were in line to make the Slinger Nationals. We had that fast time at the opener at Slinger. A lot of good races have just been foiled by mechanical issues. But we did get a win a few weeks back at the Dells, so that was good. And, cars been competitive pretty much everywhere we went, except for Grundy. We were just terrible there.
Gotcha.
So,
well, now you aren't going to use at Oktoberfest. You got that out of the way.
We will not make those mistakes
All
again.
right.
I promise you
See?
that.
Got out of the system.
Once I got far enough down the road, that's exactly what I said. Like, see, we needed that.
Yeah. It's of racing in terms of every way to consume it, driving it, hanging in the grandstand, supporting it, working with other people, getting the wrenches out when needed. I want to go through a couple of big weekends with you guys. September 29, 30, October 1. This weekend, Rockford Speedway, the final National Short Track Championships. Bob, you've raced there a ton. What should fans do as they get ready to go there for the 3-day Festival of Speed? The last lap season comes to a big head and a big close here at Rockford this weekend.
Well, I don't know. I looked ahead at the weather. The weather looks really good. There's hardly any rain in the forecast. So if you're a fan, I would take a good seat cushion and sit down and watch a lot of races.
Yeah.
Get your butt comfortable and watch a lot of races.
Was going there and having a great time and partying back in the Mid-Am days, but then you kind of remember, oh, yeah, we got to work at cars fire up at, 9 o'clock in the morning every day. So that dream of partying with everybody till midnight is, I won't say I never do it anymore, but cars got to be either really good or really bad for that to be in the cards.
Selective moments. Do you stay up there the entire time?
Yeah, we'll be, well, sometimes I stay with Bob, sometimes I get a hotel, it just depends, so. I noticed last year or 2 years ago when I was staying with Bob, it was a lot of work to race a car, get really sweaty all day. Then you got to come back, then you got to shower, and then it's like on your way back you run into everybody and they're like, "What are you doing?" "I'm showering." "Well, we're partying." Yeah. Okay, so it's a little awkward that way. So I got the hotel for this year.
Okay,
so
right.
that was a choice I made this year. We'll see how it goes. I'll report back.
But Bob, you've experienced this enough where you have your own camper. What time do you roll in on Oktoberfest race week?
Well, I leave Rockford on Sunday night.
Okay.
Meet up there with Brandy Ziegler and some other friends, and we go to the bowling alley. And they open up the campsite at noon on Monday. So
all right.
Quick rush in, get my thing parked, come back to work part of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, either Wednesday or Thursday morning, back up to the camper, and then I'm up there the rest of the week.
And are you thrashing on race cars when you're given the chance? I mean, you might help a guy on occasion, right? Or are you there kind of taking the entertainment side of it, the fun side?
Correct. I'll go walk through the pits if somebody needs help or whatever. I'll go help somebody because I'm not taking a car up there. Brian thought about maybe going up there, but I don't think it's going to happen. And so Ryan Farrell will have enough. He's always got enough guys, but my nephew Ryan is not going to be there. But I'll go help people around and just walk around and play mayor at Oak Creek.
Nothing wrong with that. And you have a golf cart too, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to walk around, you can ride around.
Right. That's a lot.
They're really important.
Exactly.
So when Ryan needs, I need to get a ride with the kids from the pits over here. Do you hey Bob, taxi service, Bob, can you come get these guys?
Oh, yeah, that happens. Yeah. Alcohol runs, tire runs, fuel runs, whatever. you get it all.
Right.
So when it comes now, we got a little insight now on the camping and when you want to get there and you get that locked in. Mm-hmm. When it comes to a pit selection, Ryan, how do you figure that out? Where do you want to pit your race car for super late model racing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of Oktoberfest weekend?
So pit selection. If I follow your question, there are so many cars there that it's hard to get a pit stall.
Yeah. So how do you do it? What do you do?
This is part. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about calling Greg and begging him to maybe put something, break the rules, do something, man. But maybe we'll get up there early enough on Thursday. We can get in and we'll see how it goes. But the best strategy, you hear, there's young guys that are filling in for a friend of mine, Braden Berge, is going to fill in for I believe Jeff Storm, if I heard it right. In the Futures race, and that helps them get a pit stall for the whole weekend.
Oh.
And so there's some of that going on, and I'm like, I got to dig through the weeds and find a young guy to drive. But there is the Knights of Oktoberfest race that night as well on Thursdays. So the best strategy is to get there very early in the week and claim your pit stall that way.
Because there is no by division. This is where the Roadrunners park. This is where the four cylinders park. There's none of that.
No. I've been in the dirt. I have been in the dirt. So I've heard they've added pit stalls. We'll see how that goes. But
do you want to be
inside
or
Bobby
outside?
Haul it up there for me.
But you want to be inside the track somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I could do that Wednesday. We're going back up. I have an empty truck. So
we're formulating plans right now.
We need to get a roller.
There we go.
We need to get a roller to put in that spot for you. Roll it in, roll it out. That's not. I've heard that before. Wednesday, you got to be there to get your pit stall for the weekend.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, there's that many cars there. I don't know how many hundreds come through there.
17 divisions racing.
Yeah. There's a lot of going in and out.
It's a bit above average, really. A lot of bang for your buck.
And then you can't have a tall trailer either. If you have a too tall of a trailer, you got to take everything out. Take the trailer out.
Yep.
So a lot of guys like Island and them guys, they bring a lower trailer so you can leave that in there. So they don't bring their big semi.
Okay. Yeah, his is big, like his matches his motorhome in size.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they'll do a lot of them. They'll have a trailer bring it in there, but they'll bring their big trailer. And there's an old Ford dealership they closed up, and they use that parking lot. They'll park all the rigs up there.
Okay.
So where we park, it's just a shuttle of golf carts and parts going back and forth.
Yep. It's all part of the. We got to be part of it,
right?
I don't have that problem.
It's an
I'm
event.
not too tall with my trailer.
But you have all the parts you need.
Yes.
Well, if I don't, somebody there probably will.
Yeah, that's the best part about that. Just the communal aspect of the whole thing is really cool.
Yep.
Let's focus one more weekend here. October 21st, one of your favorite tracks, Ryan. Dells Raceway Park, following 150. Twin 75s to cap off the Alive for 5 season.
Yeah. That is a really laid-back race, and a lot of people usually come out to race it, and I would encourage it because, I mean, let's just face it, it's the last race of the year. If you get a little beat up, it ain't the end of the world. I remember a couple years ago I got wrecked. I'm like, well, I walked back to the pits and cracked a beer and watched the end of the race. It is what it is. So, but it's a fun race. You bring all the good cars out. Everybody's last hurrah. The weather's been great the last handful of years. So, mid-October right now in Wisconsin is not a bad time to be racing, really.
Right. It has to be 80-some this weekend. When it comes to that weekend, there's also the 602LL late models. They're figuring out their championship. That's the last race of the Midwest Truck Series as well.
Yep.
And their championship, we'll talk to John Wood about that here on the show. But that's a big weekend for a lot of these guys.
Yeah,
sure is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Points-wise, where are you looking at the Midwest Tour for Oktoberfest? Where can you end up?
So Midwest Tour, we did miss probably 3 or 4 races, so we're kind of in the middle. We're probably around 20th or something like that. So it's not really a big focus this year. I think last year we ended up 7th, but I know the Alive for 5 series we're running. I think we're 7th right now as well. So yeah, we'll try to. Everybody's in a big pack behind Luke Fenhouse, so we could jump up as high as probably 3rd if everything went right.
Okay.
So
all right,
but he's had quite the year, so it'll be tough to knock him out of that spot.
Well, he didn't win every one of them. He missed one that I was at.
Yeah. He
had a long night that night, but he still came back to finish well. When it comes to the racing, we talked about Oak Creek Automotive as a sponsor.
Yep.
Bob, you sponsor a lot of different cars. Have you tabulated yet how many cars may be a championship-winning team car that you sponsor?
I don't think there's anybody this year that I know. But they also, Ryan finished 2nd for the 3rd year in a row. But Ryan, my nephew, and it doesn't matter. It's just I'm there to help support the people and just have the best year they can do with what they have. So I actually just added another guy to the thing. A customer raced at Slinger a little bit, Joe Shelby, and he's got to modify. He's going to do the Bahama brackets at Rockford and Jefferson. So I told him to put the name on the car and make it look good for the rest of the season.
Bahama brackets is October 13, 14, 15. That's coming up too.
Yep.
That's another crazy event to be part of. At Rockford. It's part of their final lap season. Ryan Farrell, you've got some folks I'm thinking you want to thank as well, because this is a lot of people that get behind you to make these super late models go fast.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got one Adams Towing. The fans of the show should know them, if not for me, then from sponsoring the show.
Right.
So
I had a great conversation with Rick Adams at the Dells race.
Nice guy.
Great guy. He's like, I want to sponsor your show. I said, great. I said, I don't want you to not give Ryan Farrell money. He said, no, I want to sponsor your show.
I don't think it came out of my budget. I think you're good there. But I can tell you he appreciates everything the show does.
He's such a good
guy. Great
guy.
advertising platform for me.
I did not ask him about anything. We're just chatting away about how his business works. He's like, can I sponsor your show? I said, absolutely.
Old school racer.
That's me, Mr. Hardsell, right there.
That's why we get a lot. That's why he get. Well, we all went out camping a few weeks back, and so you know what you're going to get with that with Rick and Karen there, and I'm sure they. I can tell you from side discussions they were thrilled with the advertisement and happy to be a part of it.
They're great people. So you got to support them. They're in Plover, but they go statewide.
Yep.
So Adams Towing is one of your sponsors.
So Adams Towing. I could go down the whole list.
And they came to you because you raced in the central Wisconsin area, right?
I met them through Royce Rossier, the Associate Clan,
right?
The few and the proud.
Right.
I don't know if it's that few anymore, actually. There's a lot in there, but it's really an elite group. It's really elite. Yeah. You really got to, if you're in the elite race fan group, you're in there. So.
You can get an Associate T-shirt.
Yeah,
really?
You can get a T-shirt, yeah. Well, we might be able to get you in one of these days.
Someday.
We'll work on it.
I'm not old enough to get in that Colby.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He gets checked all the time.
But we got Jim Burke Excavating, obviously Oak Creek Automotive, Thierry's Race Engines. Mike's been a great supporter of mine for a long time. On-Demand Transportation Services, R&R Associates. Not a real business, just a group of race fans.
The Associates.
I actually had to clarify that one day with them. Jacoby Waterproofing, Diamond Race Wheels, Bob Trado Signwriter, Performance Parts Supply, Left-Hander Chassis, and GTM Services, Sig and Julie, who I haven't seen here today yet, but maybe they'll be along shortly.
Maybe they're here. These lights are kind of bright tonight.
You never know where they're going to pop up.
Yeah.
You never know.
Right.
So, but I do got to give a shout-out real quick. I got Darren Travis has helped me forever. I still drive the number 5 trailer, which was Terry Patnode's number that Darren owned. And so we still use that trailer, and a lot of people get confused. Well, why is the number 80 hauled in the number 5 trailer? Partly because I'm cheap and on a budget. Partly because it's fun driving the old Oak Creek team around.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of those guys still help me out. But Darren took a little fall at work here a few weeks back, and I want to give him a shout-out because I know he's probably listening and healing up still.
Yeah.
And we've seen him a few times and miss him. And hopefully he can get out for Fest. We'll see. It'd probably be pushing it. He's probably not good if he went, but that won't guarantee he won't be there. So we'll see how it goes.
Hopefully by Halloween, maybe.
By Halloween, I think we're gonna be able to drag him up there for sure.
I talked to him on Friday on the way up to the Dells. We talked from Madison to the Dells, and he said he felt good enough that it was so nice out. He went outside and walked around with his walker and got outside and made him feel better too. So his spirits are getting better, and he's doing good.
Good. Our thoughts are with Darren Travis as well. He's been a great friend of ours for a long time on the show and everywhere. I mean, if I don't go to a short track and see him, I was like, where are we at? This isn't a cool place because Darren's not here.
If you're in America at a racetrack, you may run into him, and that is the actual limitation from California to Florida.
And if you're there, hey, it's like, oh, Darren's here. I couldn't see him, but I heard him. Yeah, right.
So
that's cool. Any other crew members that you want to maybe?
Well, I got Justin Kane here. I always want to give him a shout out.
The secret weapon, just saying.
Secret weapon.
I think he's a shirt of his own.
Spotter, crew guy, everything in between. And I want to give a special shout out to Shannon Messenger and his wife Carrie. They sponsor me. They don't have a business. They just love short track racing, and they sponsor us because we're a fun team. And he's been coming to the shop a lot to help out, so I want to thank him. And along with everybody else that always does too. But special shout out for him this week. And instead of naming everybody, because the name is like 24 names now, and a lot of good support and fun people, so I try to pick a couple every time.
I see the junior crew is still wearing the same blue you're wearing.
We got Ingrid, Jack, and Elena here. Jack, he's focusing on a kitty cocktail, I believe. And my wife Ann's here, too. So
well, that's cool. You're at the family
good
tonight.
Crew help there.
Yeah, cool. Who did you bring tonight, Bob?
Nobody. I don't think.
Sandy's right there.
Okay. All the lights are bright. You can't see.
No, hey, Bob, she's with me.
Oh, okay.
I'm claiming Sandy.
Right. So, but I quick ran out of the shop, ran down here. She texted me if I was on my way, and I said I just left the shop. And
so you guys took separate routes. You went 150 miles an hour. She just took the normal way and got here without you.
Right.
Maybe you didn't see she was here.
Oh,
that could have been.
I checked before I got here. But
okay. All right.
He's so honest. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, the good thing is you guys love racing. You guys love supporting racing. You guys love being around other people and enjoying it. That's kind of the fun I get. The buzz, the feel of what you guys get to do is kind of fun where Dean and I maybe not around every weekend, but we get to see you guys race and call some races you're a part of, and it's really been a lot of fun with you guys.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun when you guys are calling it, and I go back and watch the replays and see it. I was pretty bummed at the Dells. We had some issues because we had a great race going there, and Oktoberfest is going to be a lot of strategy as well on that 200 lapper. There's I have seen guys go from leading the race and then they melt their tires off in one run and then they're a lap down because the guys that took tires early catch them, pass them, and come all the way back around and lap them. So there's a lot of risk in staying out too late with the way the tire wear is there, and I got to think that's a lot of fun for you to call as well.
It is, and trying to track that down. And speaking of the call, so Oktoberfest is a 4-day race weekend. If you want to watch it in person, we encourage that. But if you want to actually go to the races and then buy a subscription, it's $29.99 for all 4 days. Wow. Every race.
That's pretty cheap
you
right there.
Can go. I mean,
$10 a day.
You can go camp next to Bobby, and then you can watch it. You can watch it all winter long.
Right.
It's on an on-demand kind
of
thing
too.
And
I'll do a little cooking.
Ooh, that's a deal.
We're actually trying to get a TV on in the pit area so the crew guys can see the whole race from the infield, too.
Yeah, so pretty much every race will be on MidwestTour.tv the entire weekend.
That's cool.
So I'd suggest going to the racetrack, and then if you say you wanted to cook out during one of the features, you can still watch while you cook out.
There you go.
Right.
And go right back to the seats.
It's a great experience.
It is. Yeah. The Fest is best for sure.
Yep.
Hey, how about I stand for Bobby Gutenecht and Ryan Farrell joining us tonight on the show. Guys, thanks a bunch for everything you do. Bobby, we really appreciate your support for a long time, but more importantly, your passion for this really helps us in a lot of ways. So thank you for all your support.
Anything.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you. Best of luck, Ryan, as well as he races off to Oktoberfest and following 150 on October 21st at Dells Raceway Park. When we come back, we're talking about more racing. We've got John Wood, Keith Slag, and Robbie Rux joining us. We also have Daisha Qualls is coming on the show. She's with Hoosier Racing Tires. She does a lot of things with the people that are involved with making those race tires that everybody's going to use in these big races we're talking about all weekend long through the remainder of the season. We'll be right back on the Racing Roundup Show, our final show of 2023. Come on right back with us to Polly's Pub and Eatery.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Interstate Batteries, proud sponsor of the Racing Roundup Show and the number 18 of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries is the number one replacement battery in North America. You deserve the best, so get the best. Go to interstatebatteries.com. Go to interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Get yours today. Race on.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at No Right Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. No Right Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to this wonderful final edition of our program in our 39th season. We do it with a lot of support and sponsorship. This portion of the show is brought to you by BMRE Electric Karts and E-Bikes in Random Lake. Check out the new Icon e-bikes that go as far as 30 miles between charges and go up as 25 miles per hour in speed. Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon dealer and has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Karts Company. We have some great supporters we want to support. Want you to support them as well. Their logos are on our website, racingroundupshow.com. But as our final season, we want to make sure you remind you, we want to do special thanks and support these businesses, please. ATD, Automatic Transmission Design in Germantown. Auto Trans Design has got a lot of things going. ASE certified technicians as well. Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment in Muskego. They get it done right. They service all manufacturers and makes of small engine equipment. They get it right. It's a family business. Support them as well, please. CK Contractors, LLC. Talk about restoration along Lake Michigan to building ponds to a whole lot of different great designs and projects. Just take a look at Wilmot Raceway in the infield, what CK Contractors can do when it comes to beautiful landscaping on a large scale. I want to thank Chris Klemko and his company for sponsoring our program. I want to thank the Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage, improving your move statewide, folks. They are racing this year, first time in the Fast Jack racing full-time in the 410s of the IRA. Good luck to those guys in their final race this coming Saturday at Dells Raceway, at Plymouth Dirt Track. We also want to thank Dells Raceway Park, Road America, Items Towing, and Greenfield Gallery Sales on Facebook, and Bonafide Security Solutions. They all help support our show. We could not do this without them. Let's welcome in a couple of guys that are racing and racing hard. Three guys, actually, now that we've got the drivers of the number 27 truck sitting outside, and John Wood with the Midwest Truck Series. Welcome in John Wood, Keith Slag, and Robbie Rux. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jim.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me there again.
And you brought another driver with you? That young guy that needs to be carded everywhere he goes, your brother Jerry?
Yep. He's getting back into it again. He's raced a couple times this year.
Yes, he has.
He'll be racing at the Dells.
You got a couple more races coming up.
Yep. I believe he's got some business engagement for lacrosse, but then he'll be 2 feet forward into the Dells for the follow in.
I think that's the gas pedal and the brake pedal, maybe the clutch in the middle there. It's going to be neat to see how the season wraps up because there's a lot of new people, a lot of exciting things going on with the Midwest Truck Series.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, we got some new drivers in here, and we got a lot of them signing up for next year already. And it's just crazy how well it's doing. And I was telling these guys a little while ago, I mean, it's what makes me happy is the camaraderie of all the teams. I mean, everybody gets along so well for the most part. And just like racing, I mean, you might have a guy that has a little spunk one night, and the next week they're drinking beer together.
Yep.
But everybody gets along well for the most part, and it's enjoyable. That's the biggest thing for me. I mean, I'm not making $1 million on this. With any luck, I'm able to pay the purse.
Yeah, well, you do a lot. You do a lot with right supporters as well, with a lot of product certificates and people that buy in on the series as well.
Exactly. I mean, and then my event sponsorships. Every race darn near has been partially sponsored by an event sponsorship. So many, it's my fault. I can't even list them all off. But some great guys. But I mean, but my goal for next year, I got some pretty hefty goals as I do every year. But still looking for a series sponsor. And what would work perfect is some trucking company, truck repair shop, truck dealership, affiliated type of thing. I truly believe it'd be a big bang for them, for their buck. And that's what they're looking for. And as always, they can get a hold of me on the website. So
MidwestTruckSeries.com is that website.
Just got to put a little plug out there, right?
Absolutely. If you don't do it, nobody will.
Yes, exactly.
We're trying as well.
Yeah, I know you guys are great. But it's the same thing. I'll say it every time you talk to me. If it wasn't for my team of employees, I mean, they are the ones that help this tick.
Yeah.
Between my tech guys, my PR guys, my flag man. I mean, everybody has an equal share.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of all of them.
Let's bring in Keith Slag now. Keith, you're fairly new to the process. How did you get involved with the Midwest Truck Series?
It's been a long process for me.
Okay.
Because back in when the Truck Series first started, I've always wanted to own a truck.
Okay.
And I've always really couldn't put everything together to own the truck. And this past year, one came available, and it was just the right time, right situation, right people. Everything clicked for me. So I got some great sponsors that came on to help me, and it just clicked. And I like the Truck Series because I don't get outmotored.
Okay.
And they race.
Yep.
And they race hard, and I like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted. So that's why we went truck racing this year.
So you drove the truck how many times this year yourself?
One time.
Okay.
Madison.
Who else has been driving your truck?
Madison. Paulie Schaefer everybody knows him with the Super Late model.
Mm-hmm.
He's drove it 3 times, and then I've got this young driver right here, Robbie Rux, that I put in at 5 times. And we're going to see what he does here. He's been doing a great job for me. And I really like the kid.
Yeah, that's great. 2023 Jefferson Speedway Hobby Stock Champion. That's a lot of work, Robbie. Congrats on that. And I also want to ask about your first experience. Tell the crowd, you told me before the show, what was your first experience in the Midwest Truck Series with Keith and the crew?
It was a whole different deal for me. I've never been a part of anything even remotely like the Truck Series. And first race out, I got thrown out at the Milwaukee Mile. I only
Jefferson Speedway Hobby Stock, Milwaukee Mile, a lot of similarities.
Wait. You got to understand, it was 2 days before the Milwaukee Mile. I called him.
2 days before.
You want to race this thing?
Yeah, it was cool. That Thursday, Keith gave us a call and said, "Hey, you want to race this thing?" And we said, "Of course," And it was definitely a cool experience for me, for sure. And just the whole environment was a cool deal, being a part of the Truck Series and doing the mile thing. And then it was cool for us, too, because Keith wanted to drive there. And Saturday was the practice day for us, and we had a race at Jefferson that same day in the hobby. And so we were only able to go out 2 times to practice in our 3 rounds, so we let Keith hop in for the last one so he could run that session.
Sure.
So that was kind of cool for all of us, I think.
What's it been like? Because you're focused on points in the Hobby Stocks at Jefferson. Very competitive class, no question. But what was it like racing those 3, 4, 5 more races after the mile, wide opening experience?
It was definitely a changing thing. It kind of helped me in everything. Doing the truck stuff's kind of helped me in the hobby, I think. Just everything's so much slower now, and getting back in the truck and going to all these different tracks, I think it's really helped just kind of process things a little bit better and make everything happen a little bit slower. And it's been a lot of fun, so cool going to these different places that I'm not used to.
Yeah, it's Robbie Rux, the 16-year-old that's just won a championship at Jefferson, getting a chance to race at these different tracks. And John Wood, that's been the trademark of this series for the last number of years. It started at Madison way back when, but in reality, you get to some pretty cool racetracks. And these guys that are racing with you, they love the idea you get to go to the Dells. Now it would be 3 times, I think, toward the end of the season now. It's kind of cool. You get to go to some tracks more than once, but it's a great, diverse schedule you have.
Well, that's the wonderful thing about it. You know, the young drivers, you know, they need to experience it. You could take them to, let's just say, Jefferson every week. Robbie's obviously really good there. You know, they'd love that if we went to Jefferson every week. But the great thing about it that I'm proud of is the fact that we go to the Dells, La Crosse, Plover, Kaukauna, Milwaukee Mile,
Slinger.
You
got a lot of different tracks, different sizes, different banking, yeah.
And it gives these, I don't want to say kids, but all the teams experience.
Yep.
I mean, we've had some super late drivers that have only raced at Slinger or only raced at Madison or such, and they've never been to maybe Marshfield before. They go up there and, you know, it's fun to see them guys. You know, they might be 45 years old, but they're a rookie.
Yep.
And it really makes it so competitive.
Yeah, and then the fun part about it is you guys have 2 big races left. Your Oktoberfest Saturday.
Yes.
And that's, as we talked about with Ryan Farrell in our last segment, there's a lot to coordinate there. Getting your track time, getting your guys ready, getting your guys in line, getting your gals ready. I mean, Danielle Bain might have a shot at winning this thing. She's been running really good this year, but she needs to know when her time in line is, right? I mean, all that stuff has to take place.
I mean, I was so proud of Danielle last year. Wouldn't have been a yellow at the last lap. She would have had it won. Worked off her time at Jeske. Same thing. Great driver. Everything else, you see what he's doing in his career.
Yeah.
But here he is racing with us.
Yep.
And darn yellow, I mean, I was proud to have Ty win.
Yeah.
But I would have been tickled if Danielle would have won. She got second instead. But no, I mean, it's exciting.
The schedule, getting back to that, is intense. You got to be there first thing. Got to have your guys ready.
Yep.
Got to make sure your barbecue is ready because you guys have some great barbecue up there, man. You guys got some great sponsors working with you all weekend.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the cool thing about it. I mean, but all my teams are so acclimated to our procedure.
Yep.
And, you know, some of the series, they'll run you through the scales 5 times in a night. My tech team, they know what to look for. I'm proud to say I feel they're the best in the Midwest. And they'll walk around through the pits and they'll just keep 2 eyes open.
Sure.
And you know, you go across the scales, see what your weight is. Well, if you're worried, go across sometime. If not, you do well, you're going to find out.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, that thing about we're not hard on the teams.
Yep.
I mean, like I said, even the tech deal, I mean, it's a great tech thing. We have part of our procedure is if we feel somebody's engine is going too fast down the straightaway, if you know what I mean, it's handling quite well.
Yep.
We have the opportunity in our rule book to pull the engine out, and we do. But proudly, I think it keeps everybody pretty square.
Yep.
So, you know, it's even competition and even dollars and cents.
Yep, and the championship comes down to October 21st, the following weekend.
Yes.
The Gander Auto Group Performance 50, that's the championship race.
Yep. And James Swan is leading right now. Jeff Holtz is second. And he's back a little bit, depending on what happens at La Crosse. You know, of course, it's going to be pretty close if things swing right at La Crosse. So.
Right, for sure. Keith Slag and Rob Rux joining us as well, guys. Who are the sponsors helping you guys this year with that 27 truck?
Our biggest sponsor is Crete Truck Center out of Racine. They've got 10 locations throughout Wisconsin.
Okay.
So if you're looking for a Mack truck, go see these guys. They've got you. They've got everything you need from.
Or a Volvo.
Or a Volvo. Well, we don't like them. No, we like the Mack trucks.
Okay.
That's what I own a trucking company, and
Sure.
that's what I have as a Mack truck, and
Okay.
I really love it. And Kutzler Express out of Kenosha. They haul a lot of local freight around here, and they've helped us out tremendously this year. They've helped us get this program up and running, and I can't thank Paulie Schaefer. His input to the truck has been so valuable. That guy is just worth $1 million to me, in all of his input. And same with Chris Purdy. That whole Schaefer crew is just unbelievable with us, and they've helped us out a lot. They've helped Robbie with, entry and exit, and just the way the truck feels and handles compared to what he's been running.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, you mentioned he ran Milwaukee Mile. He got 11th at Milwaukee Mile in his first time out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
pretty impressive young man.
Yeah. So we're looking for good things with Robbie, and we'll see how it all goes here.
Robbie, who'd you bring with you tonight?
I brought my dad with me tonight, actually.
You guys race all the time together?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to get him back behind the wheel here soon, though, but
all right,
we'll see.
We have fathers and sons on the show on occasion. If you guys want to mix it up here on the show, we'll have to wait till next April. This is our final show of 2023. How about a big hand for these guys? The Midwest Truck Series, sponsoring our show. Couldn't do it without you, John. Thank you again for all your support of our show.
Thank you, all your team too.
John Wood helping us out. Keith Slag is going to be racing with one driver, maybe two different drivers before the season's out. And Robbie Ruxman, continued success to you. It's going to be fun seeing you progress through these opportunities you have after winning the championship. Congrats again.
Thank you very much.
One thing I wanted to add is I guess Paulie is going to be racing at the Dells.
Yes.
Paulie Schaefer is in the Dells in your truck.
Yes.
All right.
And Robbie will be racing at La Crosse for the Oktoberfest.
All right. Now we know. There we go. He's in. Yeehaw. Congrats, guys. Really appreciate you coming on the show, breaking the news. I don't know if Robbie knew that. All right, here we go.
So Robbie knew it, but
I didn't know it.
Hey, thanks, guys, for being on the show.
Thank you,
really
everybody.
appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
You bet. We're back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show, our final show of 2023. Come on down and join the racing crowd. We got time for you. We got space for you here at Paulie's Pub and Eatery. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln in West Dallas.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much.
American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Welcome back to our final program of our 39th season of the Racing Roundup Show. We'll join you next April for our 40th season on the show. You can also visit us anytime if you're bored or you're in between snow shoveling on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We have all the archives there for you as well. racingroundupshow.com on through to our YouTube channel. Turn your recyclable metals into cash today at Allied Resource Recovery. ARR West Dallas Recycling is at 80th and Burnham. And in Waukesha, they're at ARR Waukesha Recycling at 1001 Tesh Court. Visit AlliedResourceRecovery.com. Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and accident recovery service. So we're talking the big stuff, too. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. We talked about him earlier. Thanks to Rick and Karen and the whole gang there. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. The number to call, Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836. The number is 715-344-3836, Adams Towing. We now are on the phone. Speaking of phone calls, we're hanging out with our friend in Plymouth, Indiana. She works at the Hoosier Racing Tire every day as the Human Resources Business Partner. Let's welcome in Daisha Qual.
Hey, Jim, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
I'm excited to talk to you because I know that Hoosier Tire has got a lot going on, and there's a lot of people involved there. You are involved in hiring people, keeping them happy, and it's got to be a fun process for you. That's a lot of work, too, isn't it, getting people engaged and hired on and retain them in your line of work?
It is, especially, COVID changed the landscape of so much, in particular the labor market and what companies are doing to, retain and attract the right employees. And so, yeah, I'm excited to talk to you a little bit this evening.
So when it comes to the process, you're involved, I'm guessing, in every way. How does the training program work? How do you get people involved, or when they sign on? There's got to be quite a process there.
Yeah, so we have a really comprehensive training program. Where Hoosier Racing Tire is different, and I think different than what a lot of people picture when they see a tire being manufactured. Our process is really more of an art form. It's a very hands-on process. There's not a lot of automation involved, so it really is a different process. It's an art, and artists definitely aren't trained overnight. I can confidently say that we have one of the best training programs for a manufacturing plant in our area. Even with that, we have jobs that can take up to a year to master.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really intense, but it's worth it to us to have a really confident and competent race tire builder that builds the best quality tire out there.
As I've reflected on in the past, there's a lot of different tires, a lot of different compounds, a lot of different series, a lot of different race surfaces that you guys have to prepare for, which takes that expertise. I'm guessing that once they get somebody grooving, you really want to keep them happy. How about the flexibility you bring into the program now, knowing that retention and the employees really want to have the ability to maybe even go to some of these races if they're not working all the time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the pandemic really brought some challenges to the manufacturing industry that, including supply chain disruptions, health concerns on the floor. So, we had to minimize some travel, unfortunately, but really the focus moving forward is to get our employees back involved in the racetrack, get them to some races so that they can really see their product in action. They can see the impact that they're having on drivers and teams that have so much passion towards the sport. And that's really one of our attraction and retention initiatives moving forward, is to make sure we can get people to a place where they can see the product that they're building every day.
That makes a lot of sense. I know I see a lot of the folks in the field with the series I get to cover, Daisha, and when it comes to the knowledge, I mean, they're open to anything. I mean, there's questions come from all angles, even me going, hey, Irish, how about talk to me about that motorcycle tire you guys just practiced with, or went out back and tested with his son. I mean, it's crazy knowing how deeply involved the wonderful racing nuts there. I call them nuts, they're probably more like family to you guys, right? But Hoosier Tire has a bunch of passionate people, right?
Yeah, it never fails. Irish's name comes up in every conversation I have about Hoosier. So.
No, it's great to have that passion, though, and I'm really glad you're able to join us as well, getting us more familiar again with what you get to do and making sure these Hoosier tires are built right and with the right people. Thank you again for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, and I appreciate it. I'll hopefully talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Thank you. How about I say for Daisha Qualls joining us here today from Hoosier. She does a lot of work with the great people at Hoosier Racing Tire. Thank you, Daisha, for joining us here on the Racing Roundup Show.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Have a great evening. You bet. Thank you. We've got a lot of things to cover, Dean, and if we go back to our old time frame, we only have like 20 minutes to cram a lot of stuff in. Let's welcome Dean Strom to the show. Dean, we've heard your voice all year, whether it be at the NASCAR races or here on the show, talking us in and out of things, talking us off the ledge when it comes to allied race recovery. And you've done a great job this year. Thank you for your passion, sharing with us when it becomes the short tracks, big tracks, and everything in between. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'll slim the Bonafide Security Solutions short track report down.
Really?
How's that?
Go ahead.
From
We don't
3
have to
pages
wait.
down.
We don't have to go off at 7:30. Matter of fact, just so you guys are aware, this is the last show of our 39th season, and because we're not technically tied to a radio format, our guys on the production side take bets on how long we go over the 7:30 time.
There's a pool.
Yeah, I've never been part of it. I've never been part of that, but I also can tell you that because I gab a lot, we usually go over.
And you write the short track report
A lot.
sometimes like you talk.
Yeah, lots of words. Lots of words, a little bit of time. And go.
Bonafide Security Solutions brings us the short track report for camera and alarm systems for your home or business, program card access, gun safes. It's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online, bonafidesafe.com. Bonafide protects what you value. Congrats go out to Dells Raceway Park's Midwest Championship Showdown doubleheader winner, Mike Litchfield. Both the UMA Pro Late Models and in the Big 8 Series features. To win the Pro Late Model race, he completed a Turn 4 pass coming to the checkers on Nick Nolden. Weston Marthaler solidified his DRP Modified Championship with a win on Friday, then won twice on Saturday. Ryan Myers finished first and fifth Saturday in the Bandit features. We talked about it before. Jim Sunday's icebreaker races for the Live for 5 Super Late Models and the Midwest Truck Series both rained out. They're going to run that on Halloween, which is Saturday, October 21st. Go to DellsRacewayPark.com for some money-saving advanced tickets there. Nick Anvelink won the 6th Jimmy Wildman Watson Wabam Dirt Kings Tour race Saturday night at the Plymouth Dirt Track.
You were there.
I was there.
How was it?
Great race.
Yeah.
Really, really good race. Track was excellent. Great race. Anvelink got Taylor, or not Taylor Scheffler.
Mitch McGrath?
Mitch McGrath. Thank you. Yeah.
I know that there's a relationship there. When it comes to Plymouth and a dirt late model race of big nature, it's either Mitch or Taylor talking about.
He got Mitch on a restart and just checked out. But then Mitch went up on the high side trying to catch him, riding the cushion, barely lifting. It was really
cool.
an awesome show.
Yeah.
Indeed. And then the Brad Miller, Plymouth Dirt Track champion and owner, of course, of BMRE Electric Carts, retired early with some mechanical woes, so that was tough to see. Ryan Zielski overcame a threat for the win from Zach Radart on a restart with 5 to go to claim the Wisconsin Wingless feature, his 5th of the season. And DC, Derek Crane, he was riding the Fat Fro machine up on the cushion, just giving her.
All right.
Going to the front, ran out of laps, but he was fun to watch.
Cool.
It was a really good show. CK Contractors LLC.com brings us the CK Contractors Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprints coverage. Hire the pros at CK Contractors for Lake Michigan shore restoration, lot grading, excavation, grading, retention pond building, and more. Wisconsin Wingless Sprints Championship decided this Saturday night at the Plymouth Dirt Track, where it's 4 sprint car divisions, 4 championships to be decided. Bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprints, Burnham Crouch has a decisive point lead over Jordan Goldsberry. CK Contractors Autometer Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, led by Clayton Rossman. MSA 360 Sprints wrap up their season at one of their home tracks. Brandon McMullen leads Ben Schmidt in the points, even though Ben Schmidt has 10 feature wins on the season. And past IRA Lightning Sprints champ, Mark Heinert, has a big point lead over John Kirk. Gates open at 4 o'clock, hot laps at 4:45. Right. Rockford Speedway remaining schedule. Of course, we talked about it. National Short Track Championships this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday, October 8th, Goblin 250 for the 4 cylinders. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, October 13, 14, 15, Bahama Bracket Nationals. That's a driver favorite and a fan favorite. It's just a lot of fun there at Bahama Bracket. And then a couple of added shows. Saturday, October 21st, 7 weekly divisions. Saturday afternoon, October 28th, late models, figure eights, road runners, midgets, vintage, spectacular drags. Kind of one last chance to just get out there and race at the Rockford Speedway.
And this will be our last chance on the air while it's a still active racetrack. Dean, you've known the Deary family for a long time.
Yep.
We had David Deary here a couple weeks back, the owners of Rockford Speedway. They've sold a lot of that property around the track. He said as he left the show, he said, hey, we'll see you at a racetrack somewhere. We got other things cooking.
Well, he's still got the Big 8 Series.
It's
the Deary family does.
It's different, though.
Yep.
I'm guessing for you and others that are reflecting perhaps a little bit on what is the final of this and the last one of that and the final short track championship.
It's a track that's very near and dear to my heart. There's a lot of firsts there. You know, when I was the PR director at the Remax Challenge Series in 1998, that was the first event. I can remember going to National Short Track Championships, watching Joe Shear, the Pit Stop Challenge on Saturday of Short Track Weekend. It was my daughter's first racetrack that she ever went to. She was about a month and a half old. Mom needed a ride, I think, so they hopped in the car and we got the picture. It was so that's again, it's a track that's very near and dear to my heart. This past Saturday night, former USAC National Midget Champion Logan Seavey joined 2 other drivers to win 3 legs of the 4 Crown at Eldora Speedway on the same night. Those other 2 drivers, I know you know who
Jack
they
Hewitt
are.
won all 4.
Jack Hewitt and Kyle Larson.
Larson won all 3 of the USAC sanctions.
Pretty good company there, I would say.
Yep.
CV won the USAC Midget Sprint Car Silver Crown feature. Zeb Wise won the All-Star feature and the season championship. Friday night's Eldora World of Outlaws feature was won by Rico Abreu, Chris Wyndham. Tonight, $50,000 on the line. Flow Racing, Lernerville, Pennsylvania. Rico won his heat race.
How do you know that, Dean? You got a birdie on?
Just checking.
Yeah.
Checking things out. Rico won the first heat race. It's on right now.
On Flow Racing.
On Flow Racing. Tomorrow night, also on Flow, it's Dirt Late Models. Flow Racing Night in America. I always like that one.
$50,000 to win tonight, $23,023 tomorrow night. There's a lot of money going around.
4-night BC 39 Midget Race, Indianapolis Motor Speedway starts practice tomorrow night.
70 cars entered.
Over 70 cars entered.
Yeah.
Yep, $20,039 to the win. Badger Kart Club, Millwright Raceway in Dousman. Final points race of the season, Sunday, October 8th. Friend of the show. Friend of ours, 2023 Southeastern Wisconsin Short Track Hall of Fame inductee Mike Babbitt's bringing the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Show back.
Yes, sir.
That's on Saturday, April 20th. That's always a good time. Heads up, National Short Track Championships, Oktoberfest. You talked about it. All going to be streamed live, MidwestTour.tv.
You're right. Rockford Speedway Racing, because the Big 8's involved, is also on MidwestTour.tv, so you can buy
Saturday
that
and Sunday.
Yep.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yep. There you go. So there's more to watch if you want to buy the MidwestTour.tv.
MidwestTour.tv. And all 4 days, all the laps of Oktoberfest race weekend, you can catch it on MidwestTour.tv.
Either in person, buy the subscription, then you can watch it in the middle of winter.
There you go. And
or when you get home on Sunday.
Congratulations to the 4, except they have to listen to us.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Congratulations, 4 generations of racers, the Wilkie family of Milwaukee, who will be formally inducted noon Eastern this Friday into the USAC Hall of Fame. Sold-out ceremony inside USAC headquarters outside Turn 1 of the Speedway. That is pretty darn cool.
Yeah, they're going in. It's really, it is. Yeah, you should applaud because they've done a lot. Ralph Wilkie was his dad Bob actually was a sponsor of an IndyCar, 1957. 1958, he owned the IndyCar that went to victory lane with Roger Ward behind the wheel and A.J. Watson as the mechanic, and they went on to great success in USAC-sanctioned IndyCar races. They won USAC national championships, I think 7 of them. It's great to know that family of racers. We had Greg on earlier this year. He brought a trophy with him as well from one of those big wins. It's cool to see that Milwaukee's own is getting recognized as a family.
And one of their former drivers, Tracy Hines, is also going into the USAC Hall of Fame this weekend. So pretty cool. That's a full report, Jim. I didn't even touch on the fact that Ricky Thornton Jr. won the Jackson 100 for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
You can if
you know want. How many of those he's won this year? Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model races this year. You know how many?
I didn't give up.
21.
Really?
Yes.
I was going to guess his number, 20 RT. Wow.
Wow. And we want to send a special hi to my friend Mike Widmeyer over there and his wife Jackie. We get to play tag team partners on the PA sometimes at the Slinger Super Speedway.
Nice.
Made the trip down from Allenton for the final show. Wanted to check it out.
Thanks for coming, Mike. Thanks to see. I see Jordan's back there too, right? Hey, Jordan.
Have you seen Sandra? I can't see.
Yeah, she's right over here.
Is she?
Yep, she's right over there. A lot of great people
lights,
hanging out with us.
The
tonight.
lights, I can't see.
Thank you guys all for coming. Hey, it's been a ball. We're going to have one more segment of our show. We do want to thank and recognize a few more of our sponsors. Thank you, Dean, for your
You're
long time
welcome,
involvement.
Jim. Thank you.
We want to thank D'Angelo's Construction for helping us with the road shows. Thank you, Oak Creek Automotive and Bobby G for stepping up to sponsor a bunch of our road shows this year for their continued support. We were live with the Slinger Nationals, thanks in part by Keith Marino. We were live with the front gate of the ASA Stars Racing Kaukauna, thanks in part by Lake Park Pub in Menasha. We were live with the Milwaukee Mile, Victory Lane this race weekend, thanks to Oak Creek Automotive. So it's been a ball hanging out with you guys all season long, and we'll have our final segment of 2023 next on the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show. Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair. From oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
It's the granddaddy of short track racing in the Midwest, the 54th running of the Oktoberfest race weekend, October 5, 6, 7, and 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Don't miss the intense competition as drivers throughout the nation converge at La Crosse Speedway for 4 days of great stock car racing. On Thursday, see 6 divisions compete, including super late models, sportsmen, and double features for the La Crosse late models. Friday, 3 divisions will grind it out, including the super late models in the popular Dick Prickle 99, a 99-lap race run in 3 33-lap segments. Then on Saturday, it's 3 divisions, including the ASA Midwest Tour late models. And then it's the Big 8 late models battling for their season championship. Sunday we'll see the vintage race cars, late models, plus the granddaddy of all Midwest racing events, the Oktoberfest 200. 200 grueling laps of strategy, maneuvers, and hard-charging racing. Witness challengers and champions from across the nation battle side by side. It's the 54th annual Oktoberfest race weekend, October 5, 6, 7, and 8 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Save with a multi-day wristband. Visit OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com for details and advance tickets. Be there.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express Moving and Storage will improve your move.
BlueMountainExpress.com. We will improve your move.
Statewide. Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows, too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
He's walking away from the stage, but I want everybody in here to give a big hand to Polly. Thank you, Polly. Polly's Pub and Eatery for having us. Our racing home on Tuesday nights. Thank you, Paul. They had 57 shuttles last month alone to Brewers games, concerts, and he's doing Packers and Badger games shuttles. So this is the place you want to be, Polly's Pub and Eatery. They're also giving away a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, raffling that off for charity. That drawing is on February 3rd. There's a lot going on in the right direction here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. So if you're in the Milwaukee area or you're coming through town or you want to get a shuttle instead of worrying about parking at any of these big events, Polly'sPubAndEatery.com is where you want to hang out and join the racing crowd and the fun people. They have this stage, I'm telling you, man, they won a Milwaukee whammy for being the best live music venue in Milwaukee in 2023. So congrats to them and all the fun we get to have on Tuesdays. They got it rocking here 4 to 5 nights a week with live entertainment as well as outside during the summer. Schleifer Auto Body and Sales in Landon brings us our final segment of our show. They have 4 generations of racers working with all insurance companies to make sure your daily driver, your work truck, your fleet trucks all get covered and repaired properly by their expert staff. You can find out what they're doing and really cool jobs. And they're Schleifer Auto Body on Facebook. Search Schleifer Auto Body on Facebook, and they sell cars there as well. So they got a lot going on as they go racing and working with a lot of folks and making sure their daily drivers are doing just right with all the insurance companies they work with. The 2024 IndyCar Series schedule was announced Monday morning. I was there at the Milwaukee Mile. So was the governor of Wisconsin, Tony Evers. So was Roger Penske, Penske Entertainment. Sherry Black, the executive director of the Fair Park, joined by Scott Dixon and David Malukas. The IndyCar drivers were there on behalf of the big announcement that the Milwaukee Mile is hosting not one but 2 championship races on Labor Day weekend, Saturday and Sunday next year, August 31, September 1. Both will be double points races, and they're the second to last races of the season, second and third to the last races of the season in the IndyCar Series. It's a partnership between the State Fair itself and IndyCar with Penske Entertainment owning all of it, so it's a direct connection there. And Penske said they're working in tandem with the Fair Park to bring entertainment in on Saturday night. Also, a takeaway from the event on Monday, according to the Fair Park's Sherry Black, this weekend is a free-to-attend Harvest Fair across the street this weekend here in this end of September. That will give you a clue as to what they may be thinking about for as far as the footprint of where they want to put vendors and such throughout the Fair Park rather than just on Grandstand Avenue. So Harvest Fair is free to attend this weekend. She said that's a good model to kind of base how they're going to involve more vendors and getting more people acclimated and having fun at the Fair Park during IndyCar weekend, which again is Labor Day weekend. No word yet officially on NASCAR's return to the mile. We'll keep you in tune with that with our social channels, and by all means, Dave Coleman of the Journal Sentinel does a great job. Lance Allen does a great job. All the affiliates were at the racetrack as well, so you can see their coverage of this past Monday's big announcement of IndyCar. Since 2015, now back at the Milwaukee Mile. They've raced the National Championship race since 1933. They raced Indy cars here before they had the Indy 500 dating back to 1909. Their first Indy 500 was in 1911. It's on the Wisconsin fans to support these races. Back-to-back days, Saturday, Sunday of IndyCar racing weekend. I believe they said tickets will go on sale in January for that one. So keep that in mind as things continue to evolve. And with the improvements at the mile, we get more racing, more world-class racing at the mile. Starting with IndyCars coming back thanks to the announcement by Roger Penske and the Penske Entertainment Group coming in with the Fair Park together. We now are going to join up with Bill Summer. It's been fun following his schedule and getting the racing highlights of all these short track racers. Here's our final installment of Bill's In the Groove segment.
I'm Bill Holland in the Groove at Dell's Ride for drivers in the Big 8 Series, and the Friday night will decide the champion season. Up front, it's 6-time track champion Nick Nolden in the 67. Running second on the track is defending champion Mike Litchfield in the 44, looking for back-to-back track titles. Coming to the finish, it's Nolden with the feature win, Litchfield with a second straight Pro Late Model Championship.
It wasn't just a win; it was a dominant win. We had the car to beat, and it was everything we've been working for all season.
It's home. It's home. We've traveled all over kind of the country now, racing some different places, and we just love racing here. So to represent this track as a champion.
In the sportsman feature, Dave Truitt in the 2-car comes into the Noy Park feature wins list. Truitt battling it out with Brandon Birdsell in the 23, and track rookie of the year Darren Salo in the 6. At the line, it's Dave Truitt with another sportsman feature win. He's one closer to all-time wins leader Dick Trickle.
I'm proud of my team and, of course, us winning, but the second place car and the third place car were both cars that they run through my house, they run through my shop. You know, I've won a bunch of races, but for those guys to give me a run for my money and see Darren right back there, that was a big moment for me. I'm really proud of those guys.
The sportsman drivers are back Saturday for twin features at DRP. In the first, it's an emotional win for Chad Smith in the 82. Racing tonight just days after losing his mother, Smith puts the 82 in victory lane. The second Saturday night sportsman feature comes down to a green-white checkers finish. Darren Salos led most of the way in the 6. Titus Helgestad's right there in the 42. The 6 car has been strong all night long and all season, but at the line it's Helgestad. The Edgerton driver takes the feature win and the overall win for the night in the Sportsman division.
I wish we had more bite at the end there. We're still super loose. I think Dave was definitely faster than us this time, but I think we had the car to beat for the last 2 nights. But man, I just can't thank everybody enough. It's just been a great opportunity.
UMA Asphalt Modifieds are green in their Friday night feature, and we've got big trouble in turn 1. Milwaukee's Bill Tandetsky gets turned around. Cars are scattered everywhere. This will take a while to sort out. Later, a wild ride for Bill Preetzel in the 5. The Franklin Flyer comes to rest in the infield. Back to green flag racing with Mike Sandholm out of Oconomowoc leading in the 6th. DRP Mod champion Western Marthaler making a move to the high side in the 100. Marthaler takes the lead coming to the line in a wild finish to the Friday night mod feature.
I just kind of went for it. I figured I already had the championship secured. I had nothing to lose except for a little bit, but decided to see what I could do, make the best of it, and it worked. It stuck, and it worked. I mean, best way to say it is it worked.
Friday night is just the beginning of a big weekend for the DRP Modified champion. Marthaler comes back on Saturday night and takes both mod features on the evening. He's 3 for 3 on the weekend.
Couldn't ask for better in the features. I mean, it was just on the rails. I mean, I could put it wherever and however I wanted, so it was really awesome. I got to thank KBR Performance for that car.
On Saturday, the Central Wisconsin Racing Association late models roll into DRP. Wausau's Mark Mackesy leads the point standings in search of his first CWRA championship.
We've been close a few times in the CWRA, but we haven't really raced for a championship on the last race. We've always had something happen that knocked us out before then, so this is pretty exciting for sure.
The CWRA drivers will run twin 25-lap features in their season finale. Up front, it's Neilsville veteran Monty Gress in the 107.5 and third-generation racer Tyler Sauter in the 7. Contact between the leaders, and they spin in front of the field. Sam Niles in the 28 with nowhere to go. Caution is out. Corey Jankowski in the 31 came into the night 6 points behind Mackesy in the championship race. He needs a big night and passes Jesse Bernhagen in the 32 for the lead. Mackesy running third, but loses that spot to Minnesota's Paul Payne in the 27 car. Up front, Jesse Bernhagen's tough to hold off, but Jankowski gets it done and takes the first of twin CWRA late model features. With the mission half accomplished, Corey Jankowski is up front again in feature number 2, with fast qualifier Dean Cornelius running second in the 26 car. In a storybook finish, Corey Jankowski will sweep both CWRA features and win the 2023 Central Wisconsin Racing Association Championship.
I tell you what, to come back and today prevailed. I mean, it was perfect. I didn't have much sleep this week, but I tell you what, I'm sleeping in tomorrow.
The Big 8 drivers are led by former series champion and current point leader John Reynolds Jr. In qualifying, it's former Dells champ Jesse Bernhagen with fast time. He won this race 1 year ago.
I just remember slipping and sliding around a lot and having Luke Westenberg all over me to see if we could hold on, and we managed to do that. Tonight I anticipate the track will grip up a little bit more. We'll have to do some things to loosen up the car and hopefully make the same result.
Fast Heat Race has a number of Dells regulars battling with the Big 8 drivers, and it's 6-time DRP champ Nick Nolden first to the finish line.
We had confidence going into it just with how the car's been all day, but I think we got a good piece. Watching these races, it's going to be a hold on and survival race, I think.
The Big 8 late models will go green for 68 laps in memory of longtime flagman Dave Rodiger. Up front, it's Tyler Schley in the 55 car leading the way. Young Carter Stark runs second in the 92, ahead of Luke Westerberg, who finished second in this race last year. Big crash. Jesse Bernhagen in the wall in the 28. Jordan DeVoy's gone around in the 22. John Reynolds Jr. in the middle of things. He's made it through okay. But not the case for Luke Westerberg. You can see the damage to the 16 car. Back to green flag racing. Schley leads in the 55. DeVoy runs second, with Stark and Dells Pro Late Model champ Mike Litchfield battling for the third spot. And the 44 is on the move. Litchfield with a lot of laps here at this racetrack. He's working his way up to second past DeVoy. The 44 might be the fastest car on the racetrack. Mike Litchfield making his move on the high side to take over the lead. There's plenty of time for someone to come through the field and chase down the leader, but that's not happening tonight. Last weekend, Mike Litchfield got married. On Friday, he celebrated his second straight track championship here. Tonight, he'll wheel the 44 to his first ever Big 8 feature win.
That's huge to get a win in a touring series. Big 8's been around a long time. There's a lot of well-known, famous names on that list of winners of Big 8 races, and we can add ourselves to that now.
That'll put a wrap on our coverage for the 2023 racing season. Big thanks to Jim and everyone involved with the program for letting me be a small part of the team. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone who makes this program happen. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thank you, Bill. That was pretty cool. Got our Dell's coverage there. I know we've been to a bunch of different tracks and a bunch of different series, including the Midwest Truck Series, and it's been a lot of fun having Bill Holland involved in our show. We want to do that again next year. Looking for some sponsorship help there, so if you have an idea, you want to get Bill to a racetrack or follow a series or be involved as a sponsor of Bill's segment, by all means, give us a shout-out. Give us an email at racingroundup@gmail.com, and we'll make that happen. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show and encourage you to continue to join us on social media as we follow and share happenings in Wisconsin, the Upper Midwest, and all forms of motorsports. We'll keep following things around. We'll see at the track for sure. We're also fortunate to have the sponsorship and support of our show for 39 years and counting. Please visit our website and click on our sponsors' logos. They make it all possible. RacingRoundupShow.com is our website. Thanks to Polly's in every host location of our show this season. We were twice at the Cellar in Oak Creek on Oak Creek Automotive Night. The Cellar is at 812 West Oakwood Road in Oak Creek. It's a wonderful place to eat. They make all their own food. It's a really cool place to hang out. I want to thank Greenfield Gallery Sales in Mugwanago. We're at the Heaven City Restaurant property, the Heaven City place. We're there for their car show. It was a lot of fun back in July. I also want to thank Danny Lynch's Bar for hosting Bonafide Security Solutions Night back in August. It was a lot of fun. We get to go to some cool places, and we do it with a lot of cool people. Thanks to every single one of our guests this season. What an incredible group of racers and personalities that we've had on our show for 39 consecutive seasons. And thanks to you, the racers and fans and show audience that help us share our passion for all forms of motorsports. If you did not catch one of our shows, find it on YouTube channel through our website, racingroundupshow.com, or like our show on Facebook.